They're not going to like this. They're probably going to scoop here with this card, but I've got to try it. Please don't scoop. Let it resolve. Let's go. Let's go. Oh man, this is a very, very powerful board state we have here. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today is a very special day because All Runs Epiphany is finally banned in Standard, which not only opens the door for a lot more creativity in Standard for me, but also it opened up 4 Mythic wildcards, and I was missing something completely from my collection, and I was able to craft 4 today, and I'm very excited to play this card. We're talking about Ava Bruck Caretaker. This card is extremely busted, and I'm really surprised I haven't played it yet. But before we dive into today's deck any further, if you're new here and you find any value in today's content, if you wouldn't mind hitting that subscribe button, it goes a very long way, and I would really appreciate it. All right, with that being said, before I dive in, I've got to give a quick shout out to a viewer of ours, Billy Basham. He was playing a Golgari list against me in the live stream last Wednesday, and the Golgari deck had Storm the Festival and Ava Caretaker, and I really wanted to make a list like that of my own. I thought it was pretty cool, and I thought I'd throw some Abzan lists together because mid-range and Abzan, they work really well together, those two things, and I think in the new meta, we're going to be seeing a lot of aggro, so I thought this would work pretty well. So here's how the deck works. It's pretty simple. The Caretakers are win con, obviously, but the night side of this card is where you're really going to get all the value, right? It's a 6/6. It gives hexproof to every permanent you own, and then all your creatures start getting 2+1/1 counters on them every single turn. So you're going to win the game extremely quick if this transforms into the Hunt Master, right? So we do want to run 3 Celestis. Not only is this going to help us ramp into that card, but it's also going to be able to allow us to change it into nighttime before we even can get down the Caretaker. So this card right here and this card kind of go hand in hand. And like I said, it ramps us, which is really nice, so we can play some bigger spells. We did splash in just 1 Storm of the Festival, but for the most part, we're kind of like like I said, it's mid-range, so we have some control aspects to it. We have Doomscar for the early game removals, sweeping the boards. We also have a full playset of Sunset Revelry to gain life, drop some, you know, small 1/1s on the field. You're going to notice we kind of thrive in the area of dropping little tokens on the field and getting value that way. So we get the 1/1s from this. We also get 1/1s from the Wedding Announcement, which we run a full playset of as well. We also get some tokens from the Asika's Chariot, which is also a full playset. And then we've also got 2 Lolth Spider Queens, which also generates little critters as well, little tokens. And why do we want so many tokens on the field? Well, because once the Caretaker comes down and it flips over to the, you know, Hunt Master, all of those tokens are going to become super lethal threats, and we're really wide already because of all the tokens we have, but now those creatures that are going wide are also going to get very big. So that is why we run it that way. I think it works really well. The synergies there are pretty spectacular. And along the way, like I said, we have some removal. We got the Doomscar we talked about. We have 3 Bindings, which is also going to ramp us up. We've also got 3 Vanishing Verse because it's one of the greatest removal tools right now that we have. And we splashed in a couple Deadly Disputes, a full playset because we run all those tokens, like I said. So we're going to have a lot of tokens that we can sacrifice to the Deadly Dispute. You know, Chump Block, Deadly Dispute, get some more ramp with the treasure. It's a great draw spell when you're talking about this type of deck. And lastly, I splashed in a couple of Snowlands here, as you can see, because whenever you run Binding the Old Gods, you can go ahead and fetch these Snowlands, which is really helpful. So helps with the curving out process. So but yeah, that's the deck in a nutshell. Enjoy this gameplay footage, and then we'll see you guys back here at the end for some final thoughts. Peace. Okay, here we go. We got a really fun list for you guys today. This is gonna be an Abzan list. You guys know I love Abzan. This one was inspired by a viewer of ours playing some, you know, viewer games the other day on live stream, and ran into one of our viewers playing a really cool deck with the Caretaker. Decided I wanted to run a Caretaker deck myself, see what we could do with it, and turns out I didn't have any Caretakers, so I had to go ahead and craft 4 of them. But the good news is All Runs Epiphany was banned, which means I got 4 wild cards to use right away, so no problems. It's a very keepable hand. We have turn 2 into turn 3 and so on, yada yada. And we're up against mono green right away. It's going to be a lot of mono green, mono white now. Now that Is It Turns is gone, A lot of mono green, a lot of mono white. So let's have the Vanishing Verse ready for the Old Growth Troll. I'm not too excited to just foretell that on turn 2 when we have a Vanishing Verse in hand. So let's get the Old Growth Troll out of here, especially because it's, you know, can reoccur, you know, when we Doomscar, it can come back. So let's get it the heck out of there. Don't want to see it. Just be done with it, you know? Little exile, boom. It's always good to know what cards are coming up next. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, the Oddity. Okay, so I thought it was going to be a Seeker's Chariot, but it's the Oddity. Interesting card there at the top. 3, 4, 5 potential lands here. That has trample. So I think the play here is a Seeker's Chariot, and hopefully we can get a double block going here. So let's play the tap land and say go. We have a very interesting deck, so our opponents are not going to know what to expect, which is a very big plus. Like, when you're playing off meta stuff, your deck, when you have something creative, is typically hard to make any sort of reads on, which is what I'm hoping for today. So I will definitely double block here. They might have a Snakeskin's Veil, which is fine. I'll let that card be played, get it out of the way, get it out of their hand here. Nice. Because we're going to Doomscar the board anyways. So it's definitely worth getting it out of their hand now. And let's see here. We need another white source. And I could go Caretaker here. Activate the Seeker's Chariot. Give it a 2/2 counter. I can do a lot of things here. But I think I'm just going to Doomscar. You know what? I don't think I am going to Doomscar. I think I'm going to foretell this. And I think I'm going to play Wedding Announcement. This play line that I'm taking here is very greedy. I'm going for the greedier play line. But if it pays off the way I think it can pay off, it's going to be a lot more valuable down the line. So, hoping to get more out of our opponent's hand here. So I need them to just commit those last 2 cards here if possible to the board, and our Doomscar will become much, much better. But it looks like it's Blizzard Brawl. Yikes. I may regret this. I may regret this if that's a Blizzard Brawl, because I can't chump the Seeker's Chariot, which is what I was hoping to do. Okay, they're activating the Chariot. No Blizzard Brawl yet. They go to attack step. Okay, that's fine. That's what I was hoping for. Because I can chomp the Chariot, take the 5, and now I just hope that they commit more to the board. That's it, plain and simple. They don't though. Another Doomscar seems tasty. I play this. That leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4 potential mana left over. I think I'm just gonna straight Doomscar here, like so. Okay, so they have one more Snakeskin Veil. There's nothing instant speed in their deck aside from Snakeskin Veil, so one of those cards is Snakeskin Veil. So that's good. That means it's one less creature we have to worry about. That though is annoying. Can't lie. That's quite the nuisance of a card. I can't lie, man. Yikes. Good news is this comes in transformed as a 6/6, so we can kind of combat that, but this can transform into an 8/8 with trample. 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6. If they hit a land, I'm gonna go for it, man. I am gonna go for it. It's a sketchy full send it type of play here, but I came here to play the Caretaker. We're playing the Caretaker. We get another another creature here. We go to 9/9. That's good. We get the Wedding Announcement to flip. We're doing our thing, man. Everything's hexproof. No Blizzard Brawls, to worry about here. But if our opponent plays 2 spells, we do flip back to daytime, which would be a little brutal, but it's fine. We have another Caretaker too, which I don't know if you guys know this. These are not legendary creatures, so they can stack, and it's gonna get ugly if that happens. So the opponent did not have that land hit, so they can't transform the oddity, which puts us in a really good position here to try to close this game out. That oddity off the top though, man, that was brutal. That was a good find. They're not gonna like this. They're probably gonna scoop here with this card, but I've got to try it. Please don't scoop. Come on, let's see it. Don't do it. Let it resolve. Let's go. Let's go. Oh man, this is a very, very powerful board state we have here. It's at this point that if I was the opponent, I'd be a little scared. I'd be a little intimidated by this. I did that wrong too. I could have activated the Seeker's Chariot prior to combat, giving the 2/1/1 counters to his Chariot and then swinging in and making a copy. So that was a bit of a mistake on my end. But I got a little excited. Jumped the gun a bit there. All right, so they give 2/1/1 counters to the oddity. It's inscription. Let's see if another inscription. It is. All right, so they're gonna put another 2/1/1 counters on it, and they're hoping to hit the transformation here with the land drop, but they miss it. They missed the land drop. They might have another inscription though for the 2/2. Nope, there it is. There's a scoop. They were hoping for that land drop so they could transform it and try to run me over, but I still think we would have been in a good spot to block and at least not die. That's a way to start the video off, man. I was worried that we weren't going to get a whole lot of caretaker action, much less stacking 2 in the first game. Holy man. Yeah, I was spending those 4 wild cards and I was like, oh, I hope this deck turns out the way I think it's going to turn out. And so far so good. Okay, this is not the greatest hand because we don't have any white mana, but we're still going to snap keep this because, you know, 3 lands and we're going into a chariot. We go first. Like, there's a lot of reasons to keep this hand. If we just find a white source, we're golden. That either... Okay, I was going to say that either means mill or landfall. Now I think it's landfall. Probably like Naya or something like that. Okay, I'm confused. We find our white source though. Love that. Love that. It's adventure. I'm sorry, it's not adventure, it's venture. Okay. Not too sure what to think about this. Do I let this stay on the field? Venturing into the dungeon. What am I looking at here? What am I looking at? Okay. I guess let's just keep the curve going here. I mean, we've got 4 mana to spend. They're tapped out. Let's just play the chariot here. They can't really attack. I'm happy to make a double block, trade one of these cats for it. So can't imagine they're going to want to attack here. Strange. Very strange. It's been a while since I've seen any sort of venturing going on. But hey, I mean, there is a meta shakeup going on right now. All Runs Epiphany's banned. Might as well try some new stuff, right? So I commend them for that. But I might be jumping the gun here. This might not be a full venture package. We'll see. We shall see. All right, let's go here. See what our opponent does with this. Could get Vanishing Burst. Yep, okay. It's fine. Okay. I like that. I love the way that felt. The way that play developed and curved out there with the Deadly Dispute into a wedding announcement and we still have the treasure as an extra. That feels so good. Okay, more weirdness. So the venturing continues. They're going to create a goblin. Okay. A goblin. We get more land, which feels great. I could go here just to ensure that we can hold our Vanishing Verse open for other type of plays here. Might want to get rid of this because that makes things more confusing than you might think when we attack and defend here. So let's see. Our opponent might attack into a little more recklessly because they might think, hey, their defense is a little less impactful with our shield out here, because they're not going to trade with my creatures the way they might think. But then we'll vanishing versus the shield, and we'll surprise them with some good blocks. I like it. I think this is working out really well, honestly. Ooh, that though is a problem. Oh, bro. Oh no, that's a problem. I do not like Kaya. Kaya is not a fun card to be staring at. It's just a very hard card to deal with. If they minus my wedding announcement though, that's actually not terrible. That's not terrible. Okay, I'm just gonna see what they end up choosing here. Put a 1/1 counter on a creature. Okay, that's tough. But like I said, we are going to stick to our guns here and do what I said we were going to do before, because they think that, oh, they made a mistake, they don't realize how it's going to work. But I do actually realize how it works, and I'm not about it. Perfect top deck. Oh my goodness, the top deck gods came through in a pinch. And I'm actually going to attack here. I want to draw a card. If you attack with 2 creatures, the wedding announcement gives you a card. I think it's a good trade-off too. Get that goblin out of here. Another chariot. This is going very well, man. This deck is actually working out really nice. So it really is kind of an adventure package here, huh? Alright, so this is why we put snowlands in the deck, for these particular bindings. Alright, let's go with, I think, the Lolth, so we can get the monk, or the Grandmaster of Flowers. We need to get that thing dead. So let's just do it like that. Everything transforms. I love that. Let's go. Get the buff. Excuse me, guys. I apologize. My nose is just... It's allergy season. It's deviated, man. It's terrible. Alright, so they can venture and draw a card here. That's fair. It's first strike and... First strike and death touch, which makes it unblockable. I can't let Lolth die though. That's card advantage, man. That's too much card advantage to be giving up. It's a lot more impactful when you're losing 2/2s instead of 1/1s to jump blocking, man. So kind of hurts a little bit, I can't lie. Doomscar, ouch. Alright, well that puts our Lolth back up to 5 loyalty, which is pretty good. And we have a chariot coming down this turn, so I really don't mind this at all. They're gonna get a monk too, so we can actually play this and get 2 more critters as well, which will be 2/2s instead of 1/1s. Another great top deck that changes things again. That definitely changes things once again. Binding is such a universally great card. Like, it just answers everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, can't be too upset when you top deck that bad boy. And it's extra mana too. Blood on the Snow, man, they are going for it here, huh? All right, they choose all creatures. Jeez. They get back Kaya, I'm assuming, and then they'll minus. Yeah, they do. Kaya minuses on the Lolth. Tough. That's actually tough. But I do have the chariot, so I do get to kill the Kaya right away. Because we do have the other chariot that's already gone through its summoning sickness phases. So we refuel the board pretty quickly here, like it never happened with that Blood on the Snow. That was a great blood on the snow, by the way. Holy cow. Our opponent not only swept our board, but then gets back Kaya and then deletes our Lulth. That couldn't have been a better turn for them, honestly. And somehow we still come back from it, which is crazy. Because it was a beast of a turn. All right, they're going for the Dungeon of the Mad Mage. I think it's the same one. No, this one's the really intense one. All right, this thing actually sticks to the field, right? Oh no, it has to complete a very specific dungeon. Okay. Vanishing Verse, that'll take care of that problem, huh? Well, my hand is kind of weak though from, you know, based on what our opponent's got going on. The Sunset Revelries are not gonna do us any favors at the moment. Let's do that. Take care of that bad boy. No more triggers on the Mad Mage for them anymore, but they do make something on it unattackable or create a treasure token. Okay, so something can't attack or they can create a treasure. Nothing too scary here. And they do have the Hive they could activate, and it does have Menace, but they choose not to. I have the Field of Ruin anyways, so it wouldn't have mattered, but let's keep the pain coming, man. Let's keep the pain coming. This is a very clean, this game felt very clean, man. Very clean. We have answers for everything on this opponent. Like every single card we drew was an answer to something that they were able to do, which is really nice to see. All right, they still have one Hive though that we really can't do anything about. Hand still filled with the Revelries, which not great, especially when we're ahead on everything: hand, creatures, and life total. Okay, they keep top decking absolute monsters as well. This is a top deck battle, man. Wouldn't mind seeing a Celeste or a Caretaker off the top. Those two cards would be the best. And they get a Blood on the Snow, and they don't have enough mana to cast it. They eat so much damage too just taking that. How would that have panned out if they actually hit that? I probably would have been in a terrible spot, wouldn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If they had one more land and were able to cast this, they'd be left with a Sorin at 5 loyalty, and I would have nothing on the board. I'd be curious to know what I top deck here. Top deck would have been everything, because if it was a creature of any sort, I could just activate and win. That was a close one. They were top decking really well too. That was a fun game, man. That was like a hybrid like venture list, but like it had like Blood on the Snow and some really good cards that you'd see in like Blood Money lists. I like that deck. That was fun. Opponent goes first. We don't have much here for interaction. This might be a throwaway game if this is like mono white we end up going against here. But I do think we have to keep this hand, unfortunately. If we went first, this would be so much better, but 2 bindings is good if we can get there. All right, so it's Grixis, so we might have time to set up what we need to set up here. I am concerned, obviously, about counter spells, but we will see. If we're going, you know, control against our deck, it's not the greatest thing you want to see. Counter spells stopping our big plans. Bindings in our hand become kind of useless. I'm slamming the Celestis, no problem, because if they counter it, we have another one, so no biggie. Kind of need to get the Deadly Disputes in this particular matchup, if I'm being honest. Deadly Disputes, just because we're going to be in a bit of a battle here, and card advantage is going to be pretty key. The Binding is actually a great answer for the dragon, because it doesn't actually trigger the dragon's ability to create a treasure, so Binding is a great answer for it. But if this is a negate, this is going to hurt. All right, we get it. We get the dragon. Could be Fading Hope, though. It is. Okay, Fading Hope. fair enough. Temporarily solves the issue for them, but Fading Hope's not a permanent issue or a permanent fix. What to do here? What to do? I think the Chariot is what to do. I don't avoid Jawari Disruption though, which scares me, but they would have played Jawari Disruption. Yeah, they would have played Jawari Disruption as the land. They're not going to sit here and miss land drops this many times and not play a Jawari as a land. So I'm confident in playing this because we haven't seen a negate so far to protect the gold span or anything like that. So happy to play this. Feeling good now. The Magda Outlaw though, you know, it's not great because if it taps, it creates treasure, which only pumps everything up too, because gold span makes these treasures worth 2. Good news is that Fading Hope obviously stopped them from being able to recast gold span because they didn't have enough mana for it. But here we go. Now they're off to the races here on the mana. There's no problems with the mana now, but they are short on cards in hand. They are short on cards, which I like to see. I like that we have the Asika's Chariot out on the field too, because any sort of creatures that we can get down on the field from here on out, essentially we have like a haste creature ready to go. We play the creatures, we basically have haste because we can activate Asika's Chariot immediately, right? So, oh, they eat a 2-mana treasure. But they still have 2 mana to go. They Fading Hope again. Wow, okay. Is that the 3rd Fading Hope? It is. Wow, jeez. It's the 3rd Fading Hope. I don't think we can win now. I'm so unfortunate, but I don't think we can win. Just got beat by a 3rd Fading Hope. That's crazy. And we top deck land. That was pretty brutal. That's pretty brutal. Okay. Alright, so I can Deadly Dispute, which is great. Gives me 2 fresh cards. That's helpful. We don't die right away to the gold span here on this turn, so it all comes down to what our opponent has in their hand though, because if they somehow top deck a crazy draw spell like Memory Deluge or something like that, we're gonna lose to them against the fact that they're gonna out advantage us on the cards in hand. But and it's Unexpected Windfall. I mean, that's pretty good. They didn't duplicate it though, but they have essentially unlimited mana now at this point. Double gold spans, okay. Big yikes. So it's Doomscar or bust at this point. Doomscar or bust. Let's see what it is. Caretaker's pretty sweet, but not enough. Not enough. We didn't get it. We get one more shot at it. That's it. One more shot and we're done. That keeps us alive, I think. No, it doesn't. It does not keep us alive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, we were 1 mana short of playing this as well. So that's good games. That's unfortunate. I mean, we I don't know. I'm not too upset about that loss. There really wasn't anything we could do. We just didn't draw where we needed to draw, and our opponent hit the nuts, man. Happens sometimes, man. Those 3 Fading Hopes. Imagine any one of those bindings hitting their gold span. It would have been toast, but GG. So, you know, I've been playing Alchemy so long, I forget how good some of these cards are, like Goldspan Dragon, man. Being able to target itself and just generate those treasures is busted. So busted, man. I love that, though. Goldspan's a cool card. I like Goldspan. I get to go first with a weird hand here. I think that's got to be a mulligan. Oh, man. Okay, well, I can keep this. I'll probably have to drop the Caretaker. I don't like that because I don't have anything for the dispute either in my hand, but we're just gonna have to go with it, and hopefully get to this lull pretty quick here with the binding, and hopefully it'll take us the rest of the way. Just don't know what we're up against, obviously. They did take a mulligan, it looks like, though, so we should be on at least equal footing on that, in that sense. We'll see. We will see. A double mole. Okay. Good. I mean, it's not good for them. I feel bad, but like at the same time, like we took a mole and our hand is not looking so spicy either. So I'll take what we can get to even the playing field a bit. Boros land comes down. Kind of cries aggressive, right? Yeah, there it is. It's going to be definitely an aggressive list. Binding's going to be our first play. Turn 4. We kept a really slow hand, that's for sure. Luminarch Aspirant. Hopefully they really invest into the Aspirant here, like some attachments maybe. No, they spread out the with the pack leader, so. All right, let's just hope for. I mean, there's no snakeskin veil, right? Because like no greens left open, so this should be pretty good. And it does. It hits. It hits. Okay, perfect. So Lulth can come down next turn, protect us from anything else, hopefully. We got 2 spiders coming in, and then we can also Deadly Dispute on the follow-up turn. Oh, they hit an oops because they didn't play their Tovolar before they attacked. Feels bad, man. Well, with that mistake, it might cost them pretty big time. Looks like they missed their land drop, so should have played the Tovolar first. Get that card draw. Been there though, unfortunately. I've been there many times. Little mistakes. Hopefully they just don't swing in with their Ascended Pack Leader. That's definitely a possibility. Because they don't want to just run it right into a spider and die. No, they go for it. Which is the better play, honestly. 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 6 mana to cast this Storm the Festival, and I have 2, 4, 6 exactly, and I have another land in hand. So Storm the Festival definitely coming in this turn. That'll decide whether or not I want to minus Lulth or not, depending on what I hit. Ooh, okay. I guess Lulth is not getting minused. That answers that. All right. Ooh, that's not bad. That's not a bad Storm the Festival if I do say so myself. Let's go. Let's freaking go, baby. And 2, 4, 6, 7. About to be 8 mana here. Oh, we don't have any more in our deck. We drew all of our snow lands right away, which is pretty savage. I think what I'm gonna do here is actually I'm gonna activate this. This is a 4/4. I'm gonna copy this. They're gonna block it, right? Like, oh, they're not. Okay. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Okay, you got me a little confused there. I don't know why they didn't block. I thought for sure they would to try to take care of the Asika's Chariot, stop the bleeding a little bit, but then I was just going to drop my other one. Nice little Deadly Dispute here on the Asika's Chariot cat. Some free value here. I like the Celestis, especially if we could find, you know, if we can find our big baddie here. We can find our Caretaker. That's what we need. But it is actually nighttime. Oh, they think they just turned it into day though. That officially turns it back to day. They take one of my cats. I think it's time for a little Doomscar action. What do you guys say? What do you think? Little Doomscar action? Seems pretty good to me. Seems pretty good to me, man. We're down to 1 card in hand though. This kind of turned around pretty quick as far as value goes. We've been drawing a lot of lands, but that's okay. I mean, we still have to Storm the Festival. We should be able to still close this out strong. That's a big find. I think I'm gonna gamble though. I think I'm gonna gamble on the Storm the Festival here. It's not terrible. Not terrible at all.
My will cannot be denied.
Let's go for the kill here. Let's take another cat here. I know the reach is a factor, but not against werewolves, obviously. I don't think we need to worry too much about getting the reach priority over the cats that with the, you know, more toughness. They let it go. What in the world? They are just confusing the heck out of me when it comes to Asika's Chariot. I don't know why they're not prioritizing killing it. All right, we're gonna play the Caretaker, and we're gonna absolutely do something disgusting here. This, oh, come on, let us do it. That would have been disgusting. We would have got everything across the board, 2-2 and hexproof. GG's. All right, one last game for the road. Let's make it count, man. Let's make it count. This will be it. It is getting really late here. I actually just, you know, couldn't get started on recording until really late tonight, so hopefully we can close this out strong for you guys and be done with this. What do we got here? So we got Vanishing Verse to kick things off, but we can't cast it. We do have the Celestis though, if we can just hit one land. If we hit one land, we're good. Famous last words. Famous last words. Uh-oh. That's not what you want to see at the top. Okay. And this is it. This is basically going to be the entire game decided here on this next draw. I suppose I probably shouldn't have done this way, but can't go back now. Anytime you need the you know, shuffler to come through for you for one land, that's not a good spot to be in, to say the least. All right, we're in trouble. Our top decks have to be pretty immaculate here. That's not it. I mean, three Asika's Chariots and 2 lands. Oh brother, oh brother, the shuffler did us dirty on this one. I don't think we survive another turn. Our opponent's just gonna get farther and farther ahead while we just sit here watching them do their thing. That's the game. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. We'll play another one. We'll play another one. I definitely should have mulliganed that one, and we probably would have been in that game pretty well. If I would have mulliganed and had found a Doomscar in an opening hand or something and it was playable, we would have been fine. But instead, I goofed around and kept the 2-land hand. There we go. This is much better. Now this is something I can get behind here. We got the Vanishing Verse for early interaction, the Celestis to ramp into our Storm. This should be good. This should be good. And we're going up against someone with a number, so it should be pretty competitive here. Meaning it's probably mono white or mono green, which honestly is what we're kind of built for, so I hope so. All right, it's mono white, it looks like. Yep, definitely gonna be mono white. Hold the Vanishing Verse here for potentially like an aspirant. They're looking at my lands like who's running Abzan these days, right? This guy. That's annoying. Can't cast my Vanishing Verse now. Not this turn, at least. It's making everything harder on me here. 3, 4, 5 to 5. We don't draw a card off of that. I think I may need a Vanishing Verse here on the Thalia here just to guarantee that I can play my Celestis next turn. I can't chance not being able to play it. That's tough. Let's see where they put this 1/1 counter. Hopefully on Thalia. No. All right, that's fair. All right. We do miss our land drop. I anticipated that, even though we had a 3-land hand. I did anticipate that would happen. Let's keep the mana going though. We pay 3 mana just to make sure we don't miss a land drop. Against mono white, they don't miss it though. They're good to go. Yikes, man. What is going on with the shuffler tonight? Really testing my patience here. The Loth will be our next play here if we can just find a land here. Big if, though. Big if. Okay. We did find it. Loth is now in play. We can block now up in the air, and we can block down low. This is good. This is good. I don't know, man. We still need some juice from our deck here. Maybe Doomscar would be nice. Obviously that land too is going to activate, which can go over the top and kill Loth. But they elect to go with, oh my goodness, a Brutal Cathar, of course. Pretty much as good as an answer as you can get. All right. That's tough. Let's see if they completely ignore Loth here if they go just to the face. And they do. They do ignore Loth.
My power is for annihilation.
Alright, I think the only answers here are pretty obvious. Seeker's Chariot, okay. Seeker's Chariot is more bodies. We do need more bodies, but that 5/5 flyer is just sitting there just staring me down here, and I don't have an answer for it. And there's another flyer coming in there. 8/9 over the top. It's 9 damage right over the top, and I can block the other 3 creatures, but it would give Loth the ability to, you know, proc some more spiders, which I don't think they like very much. It's tricky, man. I don't think we have a shot here, but we're gonna give it our best shot. Definitely got to take action on that. We need the life gain desperately. That's quite the find. That is quite the find. Oh my goodness. Are we back in this? Are we actually back in this?
My power is for annihilation.
Oh my god. Are we back in this, guys? No way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can cast a Storm the Festival next turn too, which if it whiffs, that's a gamble, man. That's a big gamble. Okay. They're going to attach the Skyclave Maul. The Sky Maul. My spiders are going to get bigger with the wedding announcement. This is going to be tricky though, man. This is, we're walking on a very thin line here. Good find again. That's a good find. I think we keep it. Looks like we don't have to play it though, right this second. Am I gonna regret this? I might. And I do. I do regret it. Immediately regret it. Okay.
Subservience will be rewarded.
We do. Oh, they scoop it up though. They scoop it up. Okay, that Storm the Festival was a massive mistake. I should not have played that. I should have played something in its place. I should have played maybe the Doomscar there and just got more spiders, or, you know, the binding or whatever. But either way, it worked out. We were pretty far ahead at that point. I know that we were down on the life total, but we got pretty far ahead on the board. So GG. That's going to do it for today's gameplay footage, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was a little bit of a back and forth battle there on the ladder. Kind of stuck right at the 96, 97 percentile. But man, this deck was so much fun. I had a blast playing it, and there were some times we really popped off with the Caretaker, and I'm really pumped that I crafted this card because I think I can get creative with it in a couple of different ways, and I can't wait to try it in Gruul next with the werewolves. I think it's going to be so amazing, honestly. But before I break this deck down in full, just want to say thank you to everyone who's made it this far into the video. Huge shout out to you guys. I really appreciate all the support, because anytime you stay this long in the video, the algorithm loves that. They push my videos out to more people, so thank you so much. Much appreciated. But yeah, let's talk about the list here. I think this list worked out very, very well, and I think the purpose of what it's trying to do, you know, it does it really well, like I said. So you know, the mono whites, the mono greens, we're going to be seeing that kind of stuff a lot more because Allrun's Epiphany's gone. So the meta share is going to kind of go to the next best thing, which is just pure aggro, right? So the Doom Scars, as you saw, really saved us quite a bit in a couple of different spots, and we have plenty of removal, you know, along the way as well. So removal is going to be kind of key in this deck. You know, Storm the Festival works best with permanents, so things like Binding is really nice because you can fetch it with Storm the Festival, and it's also removal. You could throw in some more removal in this deck for sure. You could throw in, you know, maybe some Meat Hook Massacres, or you can make it all snow and make it a Blood in the Snow deck, and you can actually fetch back some of these creatures and these Planeswalkers that you have. But I don't think there's a whole lot of synergies there with Blood in the Snow, if I'm being honest. There's only just, you know, the 2 Lulths and the 4 Caretakers, but aside from that, the rest of the deck is just some, you know, enchantments, artifacts, things like that, so they don't really work so well. But yeah, you can get, like I said, you can get creative with this deck, add some more removal if you're really worried about aggro. You can do all sorts of things, man. You can really splash in some sort of like you know, you can even splash in some blue to get creative if you wanted to, because what's nice about the Binding the Old Gods is that you could take these snow manas, right, and you can add a green blue in here, bring it in with the Binding, and that way you can kind of open up, like, maybe even, I don't know, counter spells, bounce spells, things to work, you know, worry about control. Like you could throw in some Test of Talents or something, I don't know, but you can get really creative with this deck, and I think it's a lot of fun. Binding really opens up the mana for you, and I think Deadly Dispute is also something you can kind of flex in or out. You can take Deadly Dispute out, and you can maybe throw in like Toski. Toski's a really great tool, I think, for this deck, because it works really well when you're going wide. All your creatures attacking going wide, you can get back a lot of card advantage that way. But you know, like I said, I think it's in a pretty good spot, honestly. I think this is a pretty clean feeling deck, and yeah, I think you can have a little bit of success with it on the ladder, if I'm being honest. But yeah, man, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I don't have really much more to say about it. If you have any ideas on how to make the list any better, definitely leave it in the comments down below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. I'm super excited for Standard to be shaken up, man. I really am. But before I get out of here, a couple of shout outs, guys. One, Billy Basham. Check him out on YouTube. He's got his own channel, but like I said, his deck kind of inspired this list, so I wanted to give him a proper shout out. So yeah, check that out. And also the Marty Mob, man. The Marty Mob, what am I doing? Thank you so much for being part of the Marty Mob. If you see your name here on the screen, you guys are absolutely animals, man. I can't thank you enough for everything you do for me, man. I really appreciate each and every one of you for all of your support every single month here on this channel, helping us grow, helping us get to where we need to go. You guys are the best, man. I can't do it without you. Honestly, I can't. So really appreciate you so much. And if you guys want to show your support by becoming a Marty Mob member, you can by hitting the join button down below or the link in the description, but it will tell you all about the program. But that's going to do it, guys. We'll see you back here on Monday for some more content. Big things to come in the future, man. Till next time, peace.
Hit him 3 times like a hat trick. The name is Fizzy, no Patrick. If you play him, then it's tragic. Hit him with the Mythic, yeah, that's magic. Yeah, MTG, that's what you'll see if you like and subscribe. Where's the upload, man? Man, all of the time. Coming with the best decks, this is the meta. This ain't cheap, yeah.